Welcome to a special edition of the Mobility Focus. I'm Jennifer, and today we're going to focus on one of our employees here at Sunset Empire Transportation District. We're calling this video series the Employee Focus, and we hope this gives our viewers a little insight on what makes SETD roll. Thank you for joining us today. We are joined here today with our first episode of Employee Focus, and today is Kevin Bauer. He is our current Employee of the Quarter. So thank you, Kevin, for being here with us today. He is a driver with Sunset Empire Transportation District, and he's going to answer a few questions for us so we can get to know him a little bit better. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
Fine.
Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
We all want to know how long you've been with the district. And what did you do before you drove public transportation?
Okay, I started back in June 4th of 2004. That's when they started doing the Lewis and Clark 200th anniversary, and they needed drivers to do the Fort Clatsop to the Natal Landing and back and forth, and other routes throughout the county for the Fort Clatsop, Lewis and Clark thing. As far as what I did before that, I drove for the Astoria School District. And that's how we found out that they were hiring for the Lewis and Clark thing is Scott Smith, who was you back then, came forward and wanted to know if any of us would be interested in working in the summertime. And of course we all did, because school bus drivers don't get unemployment in the summertime. So at any rate, that's how it started, and after the summer was over, the two supervisors, Pat Ehrlich and Bill Ray, came to me and wanted to know if I'd be interested in staying on as a relief driver for Saturdays, because they didn't work Sunday back then, and any holidays. Sure. And here it is, 20 years later.
Yeah, wow.
And I'm still trucking along.
That's amazing. Well, we appreciate you coming on board. So can you give us an idea of what a typical day looks like for you as a bus driver?
Typical day, you get up in the morning, you have breakfast, and you kind of sit there and veg a little bit, then you come to work. You do your pre-trip, your paperwork, and make sure that the bus everything is good and it's safe. And then you discuss things with the supervisor, and if there's any changes or road conditions or anything like that, who you're working with, you want to make sure that you know who the other drivers are on the routes, and just get things going and make sure you make one last pit stop and off to the route you go.
Is every day a typical day when you're driving bus?
No. Because you never know what bus you're going to get until you show up that morning. Sometimes you're in one of these, sometimes you're in one of those, and sometimes you're even in one of the old iron horses, the Bluebirds. So you just never know. That's why I always tell anybody, check all the buses when you're first hired, because they're not the same.
But we still have some buses that you drove when you very first started.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Scary.
Has a rider who's either an older adult or a person with disabilities ever shared that your effort as a driver impacted their ability to access community? So I know you have many stories over 20 years. So in your, earning quarter, employee of the quarter, obviously you've done exemplary work, you've gone above and beyond, and I'm sure riders have shared their appreciation for what you do every day.
We get a lot of passengers that when they're getting off the bus, whether they're handicapped, senior, who turn and say, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
Because this is twice now we've had to basically stop service, and we were able to bring it back a little quicker the second time. And even though they would like to see more, they're just grateful for what they got right now. Especially somebody in a wheelchair, they don't always have access. These things here, these buttons, don't always work. And so you want to get an idea of where they're going, and they're glad to tell you, And so it's just a nice communication thing. And then I start talking to them and messing with their minds a little bit, just like I did on a school bus.
Customer service behind the wheel. It's not always an easy task, and sometimes we have to go above and beyond. And I've heard many stories every day when you come in.
Oh, is that
Thelma and
right?
Louise.
Oh, Thelma and Louise is great.
Yeah, and then
Two little old ladies.
Other older adults and those that need a little bit more assistance for various reasons. We all know that you do an amazing job at doing that and helping them. What keeps you motivated at work?
Just the fact that I'm out there serving the community. I sometimes, when I go to the store and I still have my work clothes on, people come up and ask me questions, and if I can answer them, I answer them. If not, I can say, well, you need to contact Transit Center or whoever.
Right.
And it makes me feel good because of the fact that they are recognizing me as a part of the community that is bringing forth means of getting around, and also some real entertaining rides.
As we talked about earlier, no day is a typical day.
No.
There are typical things we do every day to get the bus running, but
Yep.
the day is not typical. So
No,
I
just have too much fun with some of the passengers, and
Well, and I think that's why they enjoy riding with you so much.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
My goal is to, if somebody comes on in a bad mood, I smile at them and say good morning, and we don't allow frowns on there, and all of a sudden they got a smile on their face.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
when they leave, I always say have a good day and thank you, and they always smile. And they might have been in a real crappy mood, but they weren't when they left.
Well, that's
And
a
we've
great
got
quality
other-
about you, Kevin.
We've got other drivers who have the same thing going, Gidget one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Good. Share some of the challenges you face in your transit career and how you managed to overcome them.
Anxiety about, just plain out driving. Some of the people you meet kind of can be intimidating a little bit. And just simply go in with an open mind. That's the main thing, is just go in with an open mind, have fun, make sure you're driving safe, and just keep your passengers safe. That's the important thing. And just start communicating with the passengers. And sometimes that's not so easy, and other times, man, they are ready to talk.
Yeah.
So, that's just, common sense stuff there. Just make sure that you are set to do this, and go for it.
The last question, last but not least, if someone was considering a career in transit, what advice would you offer that person?
First off, you better have a good sense of humor. You better be open-minded to things, because you're going to see stuff, smell stuff, and just stuff you normally would not see or be involved with. You're going to meet people you never normally would, and some of them might bother you a little bit, but you got to keep an open mind to that. You've also got to earn a passenger's trust and make them comfortable.
Right.
They could be riding the same bus for 100 times, but if they get a brand new driver, that they're not going to trust them, and they're not going to be comfortable with it. So you've got to make darn sure that you don't do something stupid, and just earn their trust. That's the most important thing, and make them feel comfortable on the bus, which means no jackrabbit starts or these things really. But just those are the main things. It's just and be honest too. Just if you did something, tell them.
Yeah, those are good things of advice, and great things to speak about customer service, and you definitely bring that out. Thank you for being here.
If you
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Being
If you think I'm giving you the $50 back for saying that, you got another thing coming.
Okay. Thank you for joining us today on this special episode of Mobility Focus. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page for more transit content like this. If you have any questions, please contact us at 503-861-7433. Thank you.